Hey,
Hi, and welcome to KCM's Homebound Quiz. I'm Katie,
I'm Christophe.
and here she goes, the heavy chunkers. Chunky Monkey, there she is.
This is a mini
Yeah, no,
schnauzer,
I want to sleep.
hence the KCM
Homebound
Homebound
Quiz.
Quiz. Indeed. So if you don't know us already, welcome and thank you for joining us. We do essentially like a big quiz, a long quiz every Wednesday.
Live at 8 p.m. BST, which is much longer. We have 50 questions, 10 questions each round, so 5 rounds. But these are our specialty quizzes, which we do quite a few of.
Yes, indeed. We already have like a number of them online. So about Las Vegas, for instance, we've got
Exactly.
2 and the 90s as well.
Yep, and we've got some other ones coming up on the 80s. Obviously, we like decades, celebrities of various types.
Retro gaming and many more. And today is the second quiz in the horror movie category.
Yeah,
right?
franchise.
So we've got like 10 questions. It's a shorter quiz and just movie posters, and hopefully you'll find it entertaining.
Exactly, for all those horror fanatics out there.
Exactly. So let's get starting.
So, question number 1, we've got obviously the second round, 10 questions, but 20 points up for grabs. And we'll start with the first question, which is question number 1, movie title for 1 point and release year for another point. Looking at this poster, as we said, this is a photo round. So tell us the movie title and the release year.
So again, that specific quiz is a bit special because it's only movie posters.
Yeah.
And you every single time need to give us again movie title and release year.
Yeah.
There's not much we can say really.
Exactly. I mean, we can point out obviously Kiefer Sutherland's in this. There's a red background. He looks pretty young, so it's obviously not, in the last 2 years.
Exactly, but again, usually we like talking about the questions and sharing some anecdotes. So question 2 and poster number 2, please again for 2 points, you know what to do. Movie title, release year, and that's a very low budget movie, which
scared
is
the
probably
bejeebas out of me.
and which is probably one of the most lucrative actually movies in the history of
and
movie
also
making.
spoof. There's been a lot of spoofs for this movie, which mainly to do with runny noses. It's true.
It is. Round 3.
Round 3. Name the movie title and release year of a girl that looks like she was in a Renaissance painting.
Pretty much. And just
Doesn't
there's
speak
something
much.
missing. And as a clue, this is an adaptation of a horror game on a popular console. So it's a movie franchise. It's a video game franchise which has been adapted one time.
So the video game came before the film?
Yeah. It's a film from the video
Interesting.
game.
So I get always the pretty posters.
Yes.
Movie title and release year. Name this skull. No. Name the film, obviously, and when it was released.
So it's pretty iconic. It's the second movie in a well-known as well horror franchise. So if you like horror movies, of course that is. But
if you don't, I'm surprised you're watching this quiz. But if you are,
yes,
thank you.
exactly. That's a very fair point. So you should know that one. You should know most of them.
Question number 5.
Question number 5. So you know what to do again. Movie and title and year. This is a very recent movie, which has been released in early 2020. So it's a take on a very old concept of horror, if I might say.
But one clue is what you can't see can't hurt you.
Exactly.
That's what it says at the top of the poster.
Can't see. Hello.
Oh, this is an oldie but a goodie, and this is a brilliant film. So name this film and the release year.
Yeah, there's not much to say.
There's a moth. There's
it's pretty iconic
lady.
Again.
Yeah, but it's a
poster.
wonderful, wonderful film. Like, even for people who aren't into the really gory horror films, this might be right up their street. If you're more on the thriller side of horror, this is a wonderful film. It's slight clue, but
it is superb acting.
And question number 7.
Question number 7. So this is the third installment in possibly the same horror movie franchise that I talked about a couple of questions ago. Indeed, yes. So, but that take is quite funny. Actually, it's more comedic than purely gore
this looks
and
like
horror.
a very serious gore horror film.
But it's not.
There doesn't look like anything comedic about this poster whatsoever.
I know. A bit more comedic than the skull, not the.
Well, I don't know. It depends how they decide to go. So, very famous sort of picture if you look at this, and there are several posters for this sort of film, but it's hard to elaborate on something. It's so iconic.
Yeah, it's a classic. Yeah, and I decided to select that poster versus another one, which is even more of a given.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean that should be enough to
if
know.
you know the film, you'll pick it up in a second, I think.
I do anyway. Question number 9 and movie poster number 9. So again, you know what to do. And if you don't recognize him here, it's Johnny Depp. I know it doesn't exactly look like him.
Johnny Depp with very long hair.
Johnny Depp, long hair, and there's that famous scene where he got sucked in the bed. Anyway.
Did he?
Yeah. So.
Huh.
But they published a lot of sequels or adaptation or reboots of
I'm
that
just
movie.
thinking he looks so relaxed. I mean,
yeah, it's like a bit constipated. And finally,
question 10. Guy in the shower with 3 hands on his head. Some would say that's an excellent time at the hairdressers. Others, maybe not. Name the movie and the release title of this film.
Yeah.
I'll let you elaborate on it. I have not seen it.
Well, there's 2 options for release here because there's the original one. There's even possibly 3, but and then that one is a reboot again that has been released earlier this year. But the reviews are pretty bad actually, despite being produced.
Way to sell it.
Despite being produced by one of the godfathers of the horror world, Sam Raimi. But
I love Sam Raimi films.
Thinking Spider-Man. Et voilà. So that concludes just the 10 rounds of questions.
Yep.
And what we're going to do in a short while, we're going to talk you through the answers. So stay with us.
See you soon.
See you.
12 seconds later.
And welcome back.
Hi.
Hey. So now we're going to go through the answers.
Start from welcome back.
Let's do it again, okay? Welcome back.
Hello.
Hey. And now we're going to talk you through the answers.
Yep, let's start.
Let's start.
So, I should say answer number 1.
Yes.
It's The Lost Boys from 1987.
So, iconic cult horror movie with Kiefer Sutherland and about vampires, of course, and the rest indeed. Question number 2.
That's you.
That's me. So the Blair Witch Project from 1999, and I love horror movie. I believe I've never seen it or not the entirety of it. Yeah.
I'm not watching it with you again. Once was enough for me.
But,
I'm a wimp.
Of course, like famously produced for almost nothing and making a killing at the global box office. Answer
Question
number
3. This is Silent Hill from 2006. I haven't seen this one. Have you?
Yes. I mean, that's a good plug for the retro gaming potentially quiz. Not simply because it's a famous game on consoles.
So to all those retro gamers out there, check our other coming quizzes.
And the retro gaming will go even further way back. I mean, not just Silent Hill. It's a bit too recent, but we're going to go more the old days of Nintendo and Sega. The way back.
The way back. So this is Evil Dead 2. Fans of Evil Dead 1, this is your sequel.
Yeah, from 1987. The round 5, the question 5, it's The Invisible Man. It's a new take, and the movie has been released earlier this year in 2020. I watched it. It's okay, actually. It's more psychological. It's about domestic abuse. I mean, it's an interesting take on the classic Invisible Man story.
So this was Silence of the Lambs, the first of, was there 3 in the end?
Or I think many more.
Many
Red
more,
Dragon,
but
like
ones with
Hannibal. With
Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
It was at least the first of the ones that she was in. Incredible movie. Just, brilliant thriller.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yes.
Yeah, it's sublime.
Hello, Clarice.
Clarice. I need to leave you. I've got someone for dinner. Question number 7. So it's the Army of Darkness, aka Evil Dead 3. So it's the 3rd installment. And again, they went more comedic. I know it doesn't look like it, but they did. So and it's a lot of
That's
fun.
one I've got to see. I think I'd like that one. That's like the kind of horror movie. It's up my street. So this one is the very classic Shining from 1980 with old Jack
Nicholson.
Yep, Jack just sort of,
Here comes Johnny.
Here comes Johnny trying to hack through your door. Makes you worry about having a shower for the rest of your life.
Makes you worry spending a winter in that hotel, a deserted hotel. Answer number 9. So
no, I'm mixing 2 films up, aren't I? The one with the shower is different.
That's different. That's Psycho. But he's psychotic as well. The question number 9 and answer number 9. So it's A Nightmare on Elm Street. So and as you can see here, or it's hard to tell, but again, it's Johnny Depp.
As you can see here, which is really hard to tell because that does not look like Johnny Depp.
Exactly. Well, but it is from 1804.
And this is The Grudge. That's one that just was too scary for me. I'm as I said, too much of a wimp. But
so technically, the poster here is from 2020, so it's the latest reboot. But there's also the original one in 2004. Yeah. So I believe there was a Japanese one adapted to an American one, and then now readapted again.
The Japanese do a lot of horror films, and so do the Koreans as well that get adapted.
They do, yeah. Some good ones actually, and psychological as well.
Yeah.
The like of Old Boy and South Korea, it's amazing. And here we go. So
Benito.
That closes exactly that very short horror movie quiz number 2. Yep. So, of course, we invite you to check the number 1 and check the quizzes. But before that, if you liked it, please feel free to give us a like.
Give us thumbs up. Thumbs up, same difference.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Yep. And leave a comment either here on our YouTube channel or
on Facebook. That's important to us. So your suggestions in terms of topics. And of course, last but not least, please join us at one of our next big
live quizzes.
Exactly, which is again always on Wednesday, 8 p.m. BST. And again, that's a longer one, 5 categories.
And mixed rounds all the time. So
questions.
Variety of things.
Exactly. So please join us there. And in the meantime, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
And see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.